Peace and blessings to you all. This is the Hood Sorceress coming from the A to give you a message from Divine. Hello, my dear Libras. We're going to start with Libras first, of course, right? Because that's my sign. Oh man, we done had a rough 2 years. I think 2019 gonna be our year. If you've been downloading correctly and you've been shedding and doing what's good for you, your doors shall open up. But you know, when you're going through a transition, your way is not gonna be paid for you so easily. Because if it is, you're going to end up being stuck there. So your road has to be a little rocky in order for you to want to move and push forward. So if you ever feel like your feet was in sinking sand, one of the reasons why is because, you know, you are trying to get comfortable in the middle of your turbulence. And that's just a message for my dear Libras. Let's not get too comfortable, and let's not too much worry about what others are saying and doing, and really focus on self, right? So, my ancestors, protectors, and guides, divine, all-knowing, what do you have for my dear Libras here for the month of December? Next 30 days for all my Libras in all four corners of this world. What do you have for my dear Libras? What do you have here for Libras in the month of December? Let's start. The Fool. A new beginning, starting over. I love when I see the Fool's card because there's so much optimism and hope when you see this card. And don't get confused by the word fool. I mean, he's only a fool because he's not worried about any danger. He's worried about his new beginning. His heart is pure. He's on the right path. He feels enlightened. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing is on his way. However, watch your step, my dear Libra. Let's not fall into the same trap and snare that we fell into any other time, correct? All right, what else do you have for my dear Librans? All around the world. Just a general reading. Libra sun, rising, moon, Libra energy, period. What do you have for my dear Libras? Ace of Cups, emotional well-being. There may have been some tears that have been shed in the past, you know, like crying or emotional instability. But for the most part, when I see the Ace of Cups, I see emotional grounding. Like, yeah, you get a new feeling, but a feeling of what? Because this Fool, he feels so proud to be along his way, like he's been released, you know. So it's like started from ground zero. So we got a 0 and we got a 1. Ace is 1. Any day of the week, right? What else do we have for our dear Libras all around this world? Libra sun, Libra moon, Libra rising. The Tower card. Mars, which is in Neptune right now. It's an argument. More than likely domestic. It's something, it's a relationship between you and another person that can definitely be healed with an apology, with some respect, with honor. And maybe that's the reason why this Fool is well on his way, because he's like tired of the crying and the fighting. So he decided to separate. Now, usually when I see the Fool card, I see the World card or I see the Wheel of Fortune. You know, so let's see what we find here, my dear Libras. 8, the Strength card. We may be dealing with the Leo. It's time for some of you all to go back to school and learn a new practice, or even start mentoring. Not necessarily younger kids, but things that you're learned in. Things that you have learned. Expanding your wisdom to others. Maybe a seminar or some type of course. But when I just pulled the Strength card right after the Tower. It just means like, shut your mouth. Like, you don't have to engage into an argument just because you're being baited. Hello, my dear Libra. You don't have to bait into an argument. If you're stronger or wiser and smarter than the person that's baiting you for an argument, why go through it? And if you do go through it, then I feel like you're going to win the fight. Just because of the emotional rush that you feel when you're finally able to express yourself. So I got a 0-1 and a 7-8. 1870. What else do we have of my dear Libras? Libra Sun, Libra Rising, Libra Moon. What else do you have for my dear Libras? All around the world. Just a general reading, a general feel of what's to come for the month of December. That card wasn't quite ready. It's coming. Be patient. I told you I was going to pull the World card. I ain't making no mistake about that. So now we got a stage, right? Because the World card is people looking up to you, looking to you for answers. The World card is being able to relate to a lot of different people. And like I said, some of you are looking to mentor people. I mean, you may start a web seminar or something about the World Wide Web. Maybe you're putting your business on the World Wide Web. Or maybe you have a strong following on social media. But use these tools to your advantage. When I see someone starting over from zero, I feel them recreating themselves. So it may feel like you're not being true to who you used to be. But that's only because of this transformation that you've gone through from this emotional overwhelming and this fighting. And some of these things have made you a lot stronger as well. So now you get a chance at recreating who you are, how people view you. You see what I'm saying? And like being almost applauded. You know what I'm saying? For the certain changes that you made into your life, because people on the outside looking in can see the destruction that you've had to go through. And, you know, Libras don't too much listen to outside sources anyways, because we don't follow instructions very well. Only through life experiences makes us stronger. So some of the things that you went through, my dear Libra, you went through them because you had to, right? So this is your first, second, third, fourth major arcana card coupled with an ace, right? An ace of cups, to be exact. New emotional and new feelings. Just being overwhelmed and being able to share your emotions now, being able to talk about things now, because maybe, just maybe, when you were dealing with this Tower energy, you weren't able to express yourself fully without the other person being just completely immature and mad. And that's what had given you strength to start anew. You know, with the World card too, some of you could be into some form of entertainment. You know, being on center stage, controlling the audience, controlling a setting. So yeah, I feel as if the Libra has learned its lessons, you know, and now it's just time to move boldly toward these things that you have been manifesting and wanting into your life, right? So Let's see what you have. What do we have for the dear Libra here? Libra sun, moon, and rising. Libra sun, moon, and rising. To all my Libras across this world in different time zone and different continents. Let's get him a good word. So we pulled 2 cards this time here. The Chariot and the Moon card. Definitely dealing with a Cancerian. It's not so often. Maybe you... it's a change. It's a moving towards. It's a moving forward. I see a lot of cards with about movement. You see what I'm saying? I see a lot of transformations. I see 2 sevens now as well. Maybe some of you even got into an argument with a Cancer, a car accident, or maybe you need to make small repairs on your vehicle. Many of you need to get in contact with your divine feminine energy and just look up at the moon every now and then and tell her, hey, how you doing? You're beautiful. But also there are some secrets that have been revealed that made you pop. And maybe you haven't had the proof in hand about someone's making a fool out of you. And the things that they've been doing are going to come to light once you remove yourself from that toxic relationship or energy, right? All things will take time to reveal itself, okay? Right? All things will take its time to reveal itself. So, don't rush and say to whoever you think I'm speaking of, oh, my psychic told me da. You're doing this and da. It's some events that's going to happen. It's going to lead you to the truth. So, be wise in how you move. Be wise in how you move. We got the Fool card here. Be wise in how you move. Now that you're very optimistic about your new journey, we don't want to fall into the same patterns as well. But I think we're moving past complacency and moving towards more self-independence and knowing self and loving self and respecting self and having boundaries. Because this is a card here of 2 people who don't have boundaries. You know, very strong foundation these 2 people had. Could be you and a mate. This is a Mars. You're definitely dealing with a Cancerian, Leo. Some fire signs. Look what I have on top here. The Justice card, Libra. Let's see what else we have for you. Then we're going to finalize this. I didn't want the videos to be no more than 15 minutes long, you know. You can contact me. I do readings for $40. I'm the Hood Sorceress on IG. You know, anything for my hood bitches and my hood niggas, though. For real. So, this message is for my dear Libras. Not just hood Libras in hood, you know. But, you know, I do have a calling on my life to do shit for people in the hood because they are not given the most utensils. And I just got something popped out on us, right? It be the damn Aries. I said you were dealing with an Aries. Let that motherfucker go. Peace.